Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it, everybody? It's been over a month. Over a month. I can't believe it's been that long. It just goes by so quickly, but there's so much that's just a blur over the last month or so. And it's like September just went right by. I can't believe it. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. John from Behind the Fiends. Howdy, y'all. Aloha. He is from Hawaii. Well, he's not from there originally, but he lives there now. And hi, in case you don't know what aloha means. Jason from the J-Man's Movie Cave. Hey, everyone. Hey, Jason. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you so much for that review you did the other day. That was awesome. Go check out his review of our film. It's the first non-spoiler review that we have as far as a YouTube review goes. So go check it out. Definitely go check it out. We also have Nona Chan here as well. Hey, Nona, thank you for tuning in. Did you guys all miss me? Chasing a Dream is in as well. What's up? Lots is up. Lots is going down, as we say. And Aaron Johnson. Hey, Aaron. So we've got a few people in the chat who have already seen the film, who probably can share some little opinions here and there. That's great. You know, it's been awesome. You slipping? Kidding. Oh, am I slipping? Does it look like I'm slipping? I don't know. It's been a while since I've done this, so I might be a little rough. I might be a little rough with all the stuff I'm going to talk about today. This has been too long. But how have you guys been? That's what I want to know. Did you guys miss me? Were you guys like, is that Steve guy ever going to go back on his channel and do something again? You guys probably saw I posted, as far as the YouTube channel goes, I have posted some little clips like that leading up to the premiere. That seemed, those went pretty well. And, but other than that, not a lot. And the premiere is long gone. It's over a month ago that we actually even had the premiere. So you're probably wondering, what the hell has this guy been doing? I'll get into that a little bit. But hey, I always do my shout outs on this show. I'm not going to start not doing them now. I'm going to do my promotional stuff that I do for my friends, just because they're friends. That's what you do for friends. Restless Beauties. You know them, you love them. Look at these awesome horror-themed dolls. So cool. Get them. They're based out of Syracuse, New York. I actually spoke to Michelle for the first time in about, 3 months probably today, like when I messaged her about this show tonight. She's been away or something, I don't know. But I miss her. She's great, and that's a really cool Leatherface. Just saying. And of course, our other good friend, Michelle Blasky, Miss 44, does all this really cool, obscure art. Oh, I think she sold that one. I don't know. I hope not. I love the pig with the shotgun. Awesome. And there's Leatherface, of course. And since we got our buddy John from Behind the Fees in the chat, want to give a shout out to him as well. He is an associate producer and sponsor on our film. And he did some cool t-shirts for us that are still available. The link is actually on the Indiegogo. And I think I got the link also in the description of this video. All the links are in the description of this video for all this cool stuff. So because we are not, the Sawyer Massacre, we're not actually manufacturing any more t-shirts ourselves. If you want a t-shirt that has something to do with the Sawyer Massacre, well, this is it. You go to the Behind the Fiends store. Link is in the description and on the Indiegogo campaign. Get yourself a t-shirt. Because our manufacturer, I think they went out of business. They're probably doing it too cheap. Thank God I at least got ordered what I did. I'm sure there's other manufacturers that I could find. And you know what? I did a lot of research too, but it was expensive, and we actually sold our t-shirts relatively cheap on t-shirts and hoodies. That is relatively cheap. So yeah, we're not making a lot of profit on those. That's for sure. Just so you guys know, and I'm going over the shipping details. I actually did a lot of that today with my wife. Fun stuff. It's not cheap to ship here from Canada. I'll say that. Good thing most of the stuff we're going to be getting shipped from the U.S. Most everything, but I had to do the T-shirts and hoodies here, and a few other things. Yeah. Anyways, shout out to all those people. You've seen them before, but links in the description. Do we have anybody new in the chat? I don't think so. All same guys. What are you guys saying? And no, I won't spoil it. Yeah, don't spoil it. Non-spoiler reviews until the movie comes out. Sorry, guys. Getting over a cough here. My daughter got something at school, and now, I don't know, we all get sick. It is what it is. Noah Chan's been working a lot. Yeah, it's all good. Meant you slipping because we haven't seen you. And so, yeah, I guess you could say that. John. I want to do this stuff more, but I got so much to think about now. We're looking at a lot of different things when it comes to this movie right now. And the shipping, which I just mentioned right now, is one of those things because I want to really get on top of that as best I can. But again, shipping is not easy from where I am from, but we're getting there. We made some headway. And oh, excuse me. Oh, boy, did I pick a bad night. Well, I didn't want to put it off any longer. I wanted to get back on here. But yeah, we made some headway, and I think we should be able to get those darn T-shirts and hoodies shipped out pretty soon. And I know somebody has been wanting, excuse me, a certain chainsaw that he won from our chainsaw trivia, and I'm gonna get that shipped out too because I actually have that in my shed. Yes, and actually we found out the shipping cost, and I thought it was going to be way more expensive than it actually is. So thank God for that. Chasing a Dream, I missed you, man. I can't wait for the new movie to be released on YouTube. I can't wait to. And it is available as a early screener perk right now. So that's still available. A few people messaged me saying they wanted it and they still haven't got it yet. So, but it is still available for now. A few left, I think 3. I think there's 3 left. So yeah, you can be one of those people. $30 Canadian, pretty cheap. Or you can just wait another 3 weeks. We're only 3 weeks away. I can't believe we're only 3 weeks away from releasing this movie on YouTube. Just 3 weeks. Wow. Hard to believe. But I hope you all like it. Not everybody will. We'll talk about that in a bit. J-Man's Movie Cave. Steve did a great job on his film, everyone. Thank you so much, Jason. I'm glad you liked it. It was an undertaking. I'll just say that much. Behind the Fiends, those shirts will stay up until Steve tells me to take them down. Yeah, there's no point in taking them down. Yeah, I don't know if they're making a lot of made $50 American in shirt sales. So there you go. At least there's something there. It helps me get close to breaking even. And I'm going to have to run over my numbers again and see how close I am. I think I'm getting close. I think so. Unless I want to count back paying a few people, which I'd like to do, actually. But it'd be nice to know that I can at least get close to breaking even. And I think I'm getting pretty close. Doug, New York. Doug, New York. I think you're a new chatter here. What's up from New Jersey? Looking forward to your film. Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I'm glad you found out about us. I'm not sure if you found out us through Instagram or not. I mean, Instagram seems to be the biggest source for my YouTube channel for some reason. That's what it seems to be, anyways. Facebook is better for other stuff, but for whatever reason, Instagram is good with YouTube. Can't quite figure out why, actually, but it seems to be. There's our buddy Mario from Degree Centigrade as well. Good evening, Mr. Merlo. Thank you for tuning in, Mario. It's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Okay. Let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about the premiere. I want to show you guys some of the pictures. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of them on social media, but I like to talk about who's who and how great some of these wonderful people are and all that stuff. But let's talk about the premiere a little bit first, because the premiere, that was an interesting experience. I'll say that. The premiere was definitely it was stressful leading up to it. I took my whole family with me. I took the whole family with me, and we went down, I think about 5 or 6 days before. I think 5 days before the premiere. And, I was communicating with Kyle Hames, who was our sound designer, very often, every day, because the sound design was not complete. And, he many times he thought he had it about right, and I was like, no. He would send it to me. And of course, every time you do this, you have to actually wait for the film to upload and all this stuff. So I was like, gotta keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And, it'd be, 3 days before the premiere. Oh no, it's missing this, this, and this. And, he didn't finish the sound until like hours before the premiere. And even then, there were still a few things that definitely needed to be tweaking after the premiere. But it was good enough for the premiere, at least, anyways. And but it was stressful leading up to it. And hey, sound design is a tough job, and it should take a long time. And there's a part of me. I'll say this: there's a part of me that wishes we didn't make the premiere that early. And the reason why we did it, and it's funny, the biggest reason why we did make it that early was so that there was a chance that we could get Nika Lou to the premiere. We wanted to have Nika Lou at the premiere because we knew that she was going to school in France come September. So, I talked about it with Kyle and Charlie, our DP, who also couldn't make the premiere. A lot of people couldn't make the premiere. But we talked about it, and we thought, is there a chance do you think we could have it done by the end of August, just so that we can make sure Nika can make it. And, I talked to both Charlie and Kyle, because they're the post-production team. Like, it was, will the film be ready on time for like August 26th? And the consensus was that they thought they could have it ready for sure. That was a little rushed. It was a little rushed. I thought it at the time, but they felt pretty confident. I think the movie still came out pretty good, but, part of me wishes we didn't rush it quite as much. But, we did some tweakings after the premiere. So, any of you that were at the premiere, like Aaron was at the premiere. It's a tad different. Not much different, but there's some subtle changes. We even took some notes from the audience. I'm not sure if you were one of them, Aaron. If you were one of the person that gave us some notes, some feedback, I value that feedback. Give me as much as you can, because I need to take off the rose-colored glasses sometimes, right? And then you can do that as a. It's easy to do that when it's your work and you're not seeing it through somebody else's lens. So I thank all those people that did give feedback. I wasn't the one taking it. It was actually Jordan O'Neill that was taking all that premiere from the feedback from the premiere, and I collected additional feedback from people like John, who wasn't able to make the premiere, who I sent it out to afterwards, because he should have been there in the first place. But he's traveling from Hawaii. That's a bit of a travel. But yeah, I got some feedback from a few extra people, and we just did the best we could. And some of the feedback is like, it would have been great that your feedback was great. We didn't get that shot, so there's no way we could do. There's nothing we could do. And there's some continuity issues. Somebody pointed out a water bottle that was in an early scene in the film, and I never even noticed it. And thank God it was an easy fix. It was a very easy fix, actually. I thought it was going to be harder, because we shot it in 4.6K and we converted it to 4K. So there's what we call a bit of a buffer in your picture, so you could crop a little bit out if you needed to, or add some post-production movement, which we did in a number of cases, actually, because there was a few shots that we should have got movement on that we didn't, but it was most likely due to rushing it. Shooting a film in 9 days. Whew. There's a lot of movement I would have liked to have gotten that we didn't. But anyways, the point of the matter was I thought he was going to have to keyframe that water bottle out, which wouldn't have taken terribly long because it's on screen for literally 3 seconds. So keyframing that, it's when it's about 3 seconds, it's probably, he has to go through about 24 times 348, 72. So it would have probably taken him a couple of hours, probably. But instead he could crop it because it was on close enough to the edge that he could just crop it out. Boom, problem solved. Water bottle, gone. So whoever didn't like the water bottle, thanks for letting us know, because I didn't even notice it. There's a bunch of stuff I didn't even notice until I saw it at the premiere. It's funny how that happens. Continuity stuff. And that happens. That's all good, Well, you shot that in 9 days since it is. I still can't believe I did it, and we did it in 9 days. 9 days. Whew. Yikes. Let's read a little bit more of your chats while I'm yapping along here, telling you about the premiere. And anyways, John from Behind the Fiends. Well, you figure that in, man. Well, if you figure in that's $5 profit for each cell, there's been 10 sold so far. Wow, that's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Degree centigrade. Good evening, Mr. Oh, we already talked. I thought we already said our hellos. I think we did. Maybe I'm going back too far. My bad. Jason J-Man's Movie Cave. My Instagram is bigger than my Facebook as well. Oh yeah. It's not so much that my Instagram is bigger than my Facebook. It is actually, though. Technically, I just find that I get more of my YouTube following from Instagram, whereas I think I got majority of my overall interactive followers probably from Facebook. A lot of, and when I look at the Indiegogo algorithms as far as money we raised for the campaign, more of that came from Facebook than anywhere else. Some of it, a good portion of it, did come from Instagram, but most of it, as far as social media platforms, Facebook is the biggest one for that. But for YouTube, for connecting up with YouTube, for promoting YouTube stuff, it seems like Instagram, I meet more people that do YouTube on Instagram for whatever reason. I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning is, but I do have a lot of followers on Instagram. I do. But I message the same amount of people on Instagram as I do on Facebook and stuff like that when I say I'm doing a live show, and do the same posts on Instagram as I do. It's exactly the same. So it's kind of funny that that Instagram, excuse me, seems to be the best place for promoting YouTube. It seems to be. For me, anyways. I don't know. What else we got? The premiere was a great time. Wow, thank you, Aaron. I'm glad you guys had a great time. We're going to share some photos. We're going to share some photos and stuff, too. Yeah, I shot in 9 days. Excuse me. This darn cough. Yeah, let's share some photos. Mostly going to just share photos. Most of the people are people I worked with. Some of them are friends of cast members and stuff like that. But we'll show you. There is yeah, this is Jordan O'Neill and a bunch of his friends. Jordan O'Neill is kind of the guy mostly in the middle beside the girl in red. I don't know who these other people are. Oh, except for the girl on the other side of the girl in red is the moderator we had at the for the Q&A at the premiere, and her name was, I believe it was Marissa. I can't remember her last name, but I believe it was Marissa. She was the moderator at the premiere. So I think these are mostly Jordan's friends. Jordan brought a lot of people to the premiere. He really kind of spearheaded this. Him and Kyle Hames, who was our sound designer and key grip on set, they both kind of spearheaded this premiere. As there's really not a lot I could do from Canada, so they just ran stuff by me, and I gave them the okay, pretty much. And it was pretty good. We had free booze. We had a taco truck outside. It's good times. Good times. Good times. So that's just that's Jordan O'Neill. He's the lead in our film, just so you guys know. He plays Jimmy. He is more or less the protagonist. Nika Lou is almost a co-protagonist, but Jordan O'Neill really is the Jimmy really is the protagonist in the film. So there you go. Pick number 2. I love this one. This the older lady there is Christine Alverson. She was the lovely woman that hosted about 10 of us during the production of the film. So we had about 10 people staying with her, including myself. Alicia was one of them. Nika and Briley and a lot of people. Jordan Fortiz was there. Cody, Scotty Park in our Leatherface. All of us were crammed in this house. I'm sure I'm missing a few people. Oh, Christina Hinton. It was a packed house. But you know what? That's probably about, I don't know, I'm going to say $10,000 worth of hotels that she saved us. Thank you very much, Christine Alverson, if she's watching, which I don't think she is. But hey, thank you so much, Christine. Christine's been awesome. She hosted me and my family when we went back there for the premiere. So we were very, very happy that she was able to make it out to the premiere. And the wonderful Alicia Jade with her, and in Alicia Jade's hand is her phone, and she's got a FaceTime with Christina Hinton. So you could probably barely see that, but that's Christina Hinton, who was she was a multitasker. She was our second AC. She was our production designer. She helped with props. She did a lot. And unfortunately, she couldn't actually be at the premiere simply because she got COVID like a day before. So she had to be at the premiere through FaceTime. And I felt really bad because I wish she could have been there. She was a wonderful, wonderful person. I wish I could have seen her when I was back in Austin for that week. It would have been great to see her. And she was going to come and hang out with us for a couple days at Chris's house. So I feel bummed that she couldn't make it. Oh, and look, I'm just looking at the chat. Just noticed that Michelle Blasky joined in the chat. Hey, thank you for joining in, Michelle. You were at the premiere. I think we got at least one picture with you in it in this bunch of pictures I'm showing. But that's pick number 2, and that's Alicia and Chris Alverson. So wonderful, 2 wonderful, wonderful, wonderful ladies. That's all I can say. Picture number 3. Here we got, this is, in the red dress is Lexi Graves. She's a very, very talented young, I believe she's 14. She's very young. She's a lot younger than she looks. I think it's either 13 or 14. I'm pretty sure hasn't hit 15 yet. I know she looks older, but she played one of the younger kids in our movie too. There was 2 young sisters, and Lexi played one of them. The other was played by Avery Berry, and both wonderful people. And the wonderful older guy in the middle, that was our grandpa. That's Les Best, who played Grandpa. Wonderful guy. Couldn't have pictured having a better grandpa than him, actually. He really nailed the part. I love what he did in the film. I was, going into all of this knowing that John Dugan couldn't do it for us, even though I asked him. I pretty much begged him, and I was like bummed that that little voiceover I got from John Dugan was all I was going to get. And but having Les Best play Grandpa is like, it was great. He was just great in the role. The only regret I have is I wish that we could have done some makeup on his face a little bit to make him look older, but because he's not really that old. We really just actually, I think the biggest reason why we didn't have that is we didn't have our prime makeup artist for the majority of his shooting. And the one time we did it, the makeup artist had to do another major prosthetic, and it just would have taken too much time to do both. So it kind of made no sense to do it on Grandpa. But the way we filmed Grandpa was kind of different, as you probably saw a little bit of it in the trailer. We don't show a lot of them, so we don't show too much, but you see a lot of them here, and that's there he is, Les Best. He was our Grandpa. And then the other gentleman, that's Kyle Hames, the man I told you about, who did our sound design and was key grip on set, and just an all-round wonderful, wonderful guy from New Zealand. Oh yes, we got a Kiwi involved in our film. Great guy though. He did what he did with sound design in such a short amount of time. Again, if we had more time to work on sound design, I'm sure he could have done more. We could have communicated a little bit more. Part of me wishes that we didn't rush this premiere again, so that we could have had some of those pieces in place a little bit more. But you know what? We have clear sound. We got the prime stuff that we needed. Sure, we could have maybe used a couple more door creaks and eerie sound effects. That's about it, really, though. Footstep. We got most of the footsteps, I think, in there, but in the film. But stuff like that, little ambient things. But the dialogue comes through really well, and there are still some really good sounds in it. So he did a great job. So 3 wonderful people there involved in the film. Here's a good picture. There's Michelle Blasky in this one. But if you look at the to the very left or the very right, depending on which way you look at this, that is Alan Danzinger from the original movie. He made it out to our premiere. So in case you're not too familiar, too familiar on who that is, apologize for all the coughing, guys. I didn't think my cough would be this bad tonight, but it's proving to be worse than it is. Grab some water there. That's Alan Danzinger who played Jerry. He basically drove the van. He was, the driver of the van, basically, in the original film. And showed up to our premiere and checked out our film. Isn't that great? And he was invited by the wonderful guy next to him, who was our production manager and location manager and executive producer, Chris Parchini. Chris Parchini is a wonderful guy that just did a lot for us. Did a ton. So thank you so much, Chris, for all the wonderful help you did. And then his wife is next to him, and she took on catering duties when our caterer bailed on the project about 4 or 5 days before production started. Yeah. So thank you, Rianne, that's her name, Rianne Parchini, for doing that, on such short notice and helping us out food-wise. And just wonderful people. Just all I can say is wonderful people. Just really committed to making sure that this film got made. And then right in the middle is their son, Vitor, and he plays the character of Schizo in our film. Now, you may have seen the little promo I dropped on YouTube about, I think that was the last promo I did. Actually, I think that might have been after the premiere that I dropped that. It was after the premiere. If you saw that, it was a scene between Schizo and Drayton. So Schizo is pretty much the cat's out of the bag. Schizo is the hitchhiker. And this young guy played the hitchhiker in our film, a young teenage version of the hitchhiker. And I think he did a pretty damn good job for a young kid taking on such an iconic role. And, you know, I'm not going to say he was as good as Ed Neal or anything like that, but man, you know, you got the vibe of the character from this kid. So props to him, because I was worried. I was worried that whether he was actually going to be able to do it or not, you know, going into it. So he did a great job. I think he did, excuse me, a fantastic job. And then, of course, that tall guy's me. And my wife underneath me, she's a little shorter than I am. That's my wife, Rayma. And at the end there is Michelle Blasky, who is in our chat now. Hey, Michelle. Cool being in a picture with all these people, I think. Hey, there you go. Excuse me. Man, oh man, this stupid cough just doesn't want to give up. Sorry, guys. I hate to be coughing all night. Should have put down a fisherman's friend or something beforehand, or a Ricola or a Halls or something. I can have all that stuff. Let's just go back to the chat a little bit, because I think I've seen a few chats come in the meantime. Doug, New York. I found your movie while promoting my friend's movie in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Oh, cool. From a Leatherface cosplayer who showed it to me on Instagram. Oh, very cool. I think I might know who that is. It was his name Mike. I think I know who that is. Anyways. Mike Scrappa, something. I think that's who. I could be wrong, though. Hey, Poopados, Newport Motion Vintage Films associate producer on the film. He says, Grandpa truly gave a bone-chilling performance. A bone-chilling performance. Grandpa was great. Like I said, Les Best as Grandpa is like, you didn't need John Dugan. Is basically what it made me say. You know, he understood how I wanted the character to be. Now, would it have been cool to have John Dugan play Grandpa with dialogue? You know, that would have been awesome. Sure. I'm not going to deny that. But Les Best really killed the role. That's all I'm saying. He was awesome. Michelle, hey, there I am. Look at here. Well, now here I am. He did a great job playing Hitchhiker. I knew who he was right away. Yes, he killed it. He was. I thought he was amazing. Actually, I mean, again, as good as Ed Neal, of course not. I mean, that's a tough role for anybody to take on that role. I'll say this. Vitor's version of the Hitchhiker was way better than the version of the Hitchhiker I saw in Leatherface 2017. That was like, I couldn't see the Hitchhiker in that guy at all. It's like, oh, they just kind of styled his hair like it didn't really even say anything as far as, he didn't have the mannerisms or anything. There's like nothing there. Sorry to trash that movie, but you know, it was disappointing for me. Didn't like Leatherface 20. It's my second least favorite after Texas Chainsaw 3D. Have I done a recent ranking on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I might want to do that soon. If I haven't. I can't remember if I have or not. Have I? Jeez, I'm going to have to check that out. I might have done it recently and forgotten. My brain is all over the place, folks. It truly is. It truly is. Poopados, New Promotion, Vintage Film says, Grandpa has given a truly terrifying and disturbing performance. I agree. I hope he sends chills down your spine, and I hope you all listen to all of his dialogue when you watch the film. All I can say, listen to all of his dialogue and look for subtle meanings. In like, it's all, some of it is sort of more of a general sense of everything, but some of it's integral to the plot though too. Just keep that in mind. But it's subtle. It's not spoon-fed to you. Anyways, Bootleg 317, thank you for joining in, man. R.I.P. to the Return of the Jedi poster. Well, it's partially in the. I moved it because I got the Sawyer Massacre poster behind it now. Our sponsor, Sign and Banner Texas out of Bastrop, Texas. Gave me a freebie. Gave me a bunch of. He's a sponsor. That's why I made him a sponsor. He gave me a bunch of freebies. What a guy! Thank you so much. Shout out to Sign and Banner, Joseph Feminella of Sign and Banner, Texas, for all the amazing stuff. He did our. He did the backdrop. Basically, it's like a 10-foot backdrop for the premiere that you see behind all these photos that I'm sharing. And he did that for free. Now, is that not somebody who's just happy to be a part of what we're doing? Hey, and Carlos from the Lazy Reviewers, and hey, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, Carlos. I'm just showing some pictures from the premiere right now. A lot of fun. I don't remember what picture I'm on. Pick 6. We haven't seen this one. There you go. That's Jordan Fortiz and his family. But yeah, the backdrop you see there, he did that for free. Put our big logo in it, on all of our other sponsors' logos on it. Awesome. I mean, this should have cost $300, $400, $500 somewhere in there. Should have, but he gave it to us for free. What a guy. So yeah, this is Jordan Fortiz. I think the girl beside him is his girlfriend, I want to say. Maybe his wife. I don't know. Jordan Fortiz, I found out, was much older than I thought he was. I honestly thought Jordan Fortiz was about 18 or 19 the whole time we were filming. I thought he was pretty young. He turned out to be 30. He told me at the premiere, I'm actually 30. I'm like, really? And I think the two people outside of both of them is his parents, his mom and his dad, I believe. Could be wrong, but I believe that's his parents. I think. We haven't seen this one yet. This is Scotty Park and his Leatherface. And funny enough, Pupudas is saying Scotty truly did full justice to the iconic role of Leatherface. He was so brutal and unpredictable. Yes, that was one thing I really wanted with the character, is to kind of make him a little bit more unpredictable. Make him kind of pop out of nowhere a lot of times. So be ready for that. So there's Scotty as Leatherface, and Alan Danzinger, again, Chainsaw Jerry in the middle. Go follow his Instagram account, Chainsaw Jerry. Yeah, say hello. He's pretty new to Instagram, I think, but he has one. So if you like to follow anybody from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, follow him. Or John Dugan, or Ed Neal, or they all have Instagrams as well. And there's me as well. Who cares about me, though? I don't really care about me. And I think this one we've seen. Yes, we've seen that one. So, this one. Okay. That's Olivia Andrade, who played Kathleen with the darker hair. And Alicia Jade, who we've already seen. Alicia Graham Allen is her real name. I think she's going with Alicia Jade as a stage name. Alicia Jade as a stage name. I don't know if she's going to keep that as a stage name or not, but she's credited as Alicia Jade in our film. But her real name is Alicia Graham Allen. And I think Graham is her maiden. I think Graham is her maiden name, and Allen was her husband's name that she took, I believe. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But two wonderful ladies. They all got along very, very well. Everybody that worked on this film together was like, they all got along. And I think that was a huge thing we had going for us, is that everybody liked each other. Everybody liked working with each other, enjoyed this. They wanted to make this film. Everybody was really happy to be a part of this film. And, sometimes, if there's tension between anybody, that can derail your film. So, and I've been there before. I've been on sets where at least somebody is just not jiving. And it's not necessarily that they're a bad person or anything like that. It's that they just they don't fit, and there'll be some tension, and there'll be some arguments or whatever, and you never know what could throw that off. I was so worried going into this film that there would be a lot of divided people politically because of all the political stuff that's happened in the U.S. over the last while. But, I made, let me get back to my video here for a sec. I made it clear going into this that we're going to keep politics and religion aside for this film. And we're just going to work as a team and make this film. And, if you guys want to debate after the film is done or whatever about this and that and that and this, go ahead. But for the sake of making the best possible film we can, let's all make sure that we are being civil and keeping that kind of stuff off the set, because it has no place, and those types of things can really divide people. And we don't want to divide people when we're making a movie. We want to all be connected. And I think everybody took that to heart. I think so. So, because, everybody got along great, and they still do. Everybody was wonderful. Oh, there's some awesome people here. William Instone, who plays Rex. And the two lovely girls that play sisters, Lexi, who we've seen it before in the red dress, and next to her is Avery, along with our male lead, Jordan O'Neill. They had a good time. They got a good time at the premiere. Good people. Rex was very good in the film, too. Everybody, everybody was really good in this film, for the most part. I can be critical if I want to, but not everybody was perfect. But that's what happens when you make a film in 9 days, because you sometimes you got to really play out a scene to get it right. So they didn't have that luxury to do take after take after take. It was like sometimes the first take had to be it, because or we had to change an angle, or sometimes we didn't even have to change an angle. We just needed one angle to make a scene work, and it worked. And finally, I'll just show this because this is sort of more of an ensemble. I don't think we have everybody involved in the film here, but most people. Yeah, we don't have like Chris Alverson, who is there. We don't have Chris Parcini. We don't. Excuse me. Jeez, darn cough. We don't have Chris Alverson. We don't have Chris Parcini, who is there. We don't have Cody Willis. I don't have any pictures of Cody Willis, and he was at the premiere. There are pictures of Cody, but I just didn't put any in here. I probably haven't downloaded his pictures yet. I might have. I got to post more of these on Instagram. I think I've posted all of these ones, but we got more. So, yeah, just a real fun time. Had a good Q&A afterwards and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I just realized I never even turn my light on. Let me get some light for you guys. I'm all black. I'm all dark. I was black the whole time. That's okay. Good to have a little bit of light, that's for sure. Anyways, that's enough talk about the premiere. The premiere was fun. We had a good Q&A afterwards. The overall consensus was people enjoyed the film. We had a good amount of feedback, though, that saying, hey, this is stuff you could do to make the film better, blah, 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 But we took all that to heart and changed a few things. They're pretty minor for the most part, but, continuity stuff. There's one continuity thing that we fixed a little bit, but we knew going in that there was not a lot we could do about this continuity thing. And I won't tell you what it is, but, I'm not hearing a lot of people who've seen it early on complain about it. So maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, as I feel it is. But, continuity stuff happens. It happens in big, big productions too. So, I can't be too overly mad about some of the continuity. But, it'd be nice if it was better. I don't know. It'd be nice if we didn't have any. It would be nice if there was no continuity issues or very, very small, tiny little things, But they do happen. They did happen on this film. And quite honestly, when I saw the way the editor cut these scenes, I said to him, man, I thought that was going to be a lot worse. But, you do some tricks in the edit and you manage. You manage. That's all you can do is manage the best you can. Okay, enough talk about the premiere, though. We're going to talk about things to come. So there's a bit of a cool announcement. I'm going to do a bit of a giveaway. Not today. I was hoping I could possibly do it today. It's just time got the best of me. Hopefully I can still do it. You guys know that we've had a perk on our campaign called the Butchered in the Basement perk. We've had it on. I'm going to be actually taking it off the campaign because, we're coming up to when the film is going to premiere. But somebody did get it, but they can't do it anymore. They can't make it. So we're going to give that away. He's willing to give it away, which is kind of cool. So what I'm going to do when I have time, hopefully over the weekend, is I'm going to put all of our Indiegogo backers' names in a hat or something, maybe one of the leather face masks, and try to hide it. I don't know, something like that. Put all the backers from all the Indiegogo campaigns. I'm going to draw probably about 25 names and the reason is because to do this perk, you have to go to Texas. You have to go to close to Houston, Texas, in order to do this perk. And I just know a lot of people can't make it to Texas. They just can't. So we're going to draw 25 names, and we're going to have them all in order. And I'll do it live, either over this YouTube channel or Facebook or something like that, Facebook Live or something, so you can see me do it. And then whoever is able, the first name of a person that's actually able to make it to Texas, to the Houston area of Texas, to the basement that we filmed in, that says, yes, I'll take the perk. They get it. Them and a friend get to go to Texas to watch the film in the basement that we actually filmed in. Isn't that cool? Hey, Peter Anthony Productions Incorporated. What's going on, my friend? Congrats again. So happy and proud of you. Thank you so much, Peter. Peter is an associate producer, and he is the guy behind the Friday the 13th film, Roseblood. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It's on YouTube. It's another feature-length fan film. So we need more feature-length fan films, We need more of these, like, hour-and-a-half type movies, made by fans. So that was really awesome that Peter was behind our film. Had a lot of awesome people behind our film. But go check out his film. I'm sure Roseblood's got lots of views, though, right? I'm sure Friday the 13th fan films get lots of views. I don't know. I'm not sure how many views I should expect for the Sawyer Massacre. I know I've gone on YouTube and seen what some of the other ones. Some of them don't really have very many. Now, granted, not a lot of them have, quite the production value that we have. I'm not saying that we have the greatest or anything like that, because we certainly don't. This was, at the end of the day, it was a film made for, not a lot of money. It was made for a little bit of money, but, as opposed to, some of these filmmakers that just go out with their phones and shoot whatever they shoot for no money. I get their friends to be their actors and stuff, no sound guys or anything like that on set, but you know what I mean? So I'm not sure, but I still don't see, even for some of the higher, mid budget production type value movies, you don't see a ton. I think there's one that's got like 89,000 views, and there is one that has like over 1 million views. It's almost like 2 million views, but that's one, and I'm not sure why that one got so many views, because it's really just, it's not that, it's okay. It was, the production value on that one was okay, but it was really just a recreation of the ending of the original, so nothing really original to add to it, that's for sure. Whereas I think our film does add something. I think so. Oh, so anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw out a bunch of names. I'm sure we've got some backers in Texas to go get that perk. I think so. Vengeance has 2.4 million. Oh, the Never Hike Alone 2. Yeah, they got a lot. One guy has 22 million from 10 years ago. Wow, did they make decent fan films 10 years ago? You did. It like, some of the last few years seems to be like really when quality filmmakers were making fan films. but I'm sure there were probably some. I know, like, in the Star Wars realm, they've been making pretty good fan films for a while. Star Wars and Star Trek. Uh, I think even some comic book, like Batman fan films and stuff like that, have done pretty well. But you know, just the last kind of 3 or 4 years, I think, Never Hike Alone and all that. It's really when horror fan films kind of kicked in, as far as I know, anyways. As far as I know. One little announcement. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on Tales from the Crypt 2 Guys 1 Crypt. I'm going to be on them. I've been on their channel before. I've been on there twice, actually. So we're going to be talking about the film a little bit and talking about an episode of Tales from the Crypt. They loved Tales from the Crypt. I like that show, too. It was a great show. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to just, before we do some Q&A, because I want to make sure we have some time for Q&A, I just want to share some of the early reactions that we got for the film. I'm pretty proud to see some of these reviews. Just a few. I'll just show a few because I don't want to be too braggy. But, I'm also glad that that a lot of you have shared your negatives with as far as the film goes, too. Like, Jason Ike put a few negatives in his review yesterday because, it's not a perfect film. You don't need to blow smoke up my ass. Don't blow smoke up my ass. But even Peter's seen the film. He's an associate producer on the film. So he's seen it. He had a few things to say, and that's great. I know I know it too. I know that it's not perfect. It was what we could do in 9 days, But I think the story comes through. I think that and a lot of the acting we had was really, really, really good. We had great acting for a fan film, I would say, for sure. So happy about that. Again, there's a few performances that I wish. Again, nothing against the actors that performed them. It's just, and same with some of the other things that happened on set. It was, like, our film's not a gory film. It's not gore. For those of you out there thinking this is going to be super gory, because you see our trailers, and the trailers look like there's a lot of gore It's not. It's not a gory film. And I'm glad that you guys are kind of seeing that a little bit, because I never intended it to be gory. However, I will say that some of the gore that we did have, I wish turned out a little bit better. I will say that. I do wish some of it turned out a little better than it did. And again, not knocking our SFX artist. It was a rushed situation, and sometimes he had to show me a certain rigging of something beforehand, before I could see it in the context of what we were going to use it for. And I gave it a yes. I gave it a go ahead because we didn't have time to look at other options. So it was yes to this, and if it worked, great. If it didn't work, it would work in some contexts, but not so well in others. And it is what it is. So it is what it is. I'm famous for saying that, I think. Hey, there's our buddy Joe from Fangoria Faithful, the wonderful guy that does all of our awesome graphic art stuff. He did our poster. Hey, he's saying, hey, nice poster. Yeah, that's his poster up there, everybody. He made that poster. He designed it. He designed the logo. He designed a lot of stuff for us. And he recently designed a new promo or made a new video promo that you're going to see pretty soon. So thank you for tuning in there, Joe. Thanks a lot. But just to show you guys a few early comments on the film, because I like seeing this stuff. Let's look at this one. Hey, it's my good friend Marianca, who actually lives in the same town. I used to teach her son guitar lessons, actually. So my friend Steve Merlo's The Sawyer Massacre is available October 21st on YouTube. But I bought the Carnage video watch, which means I contributed to his fund and was able to view it early. I watched it alone Saturday night, and Devin and I just watched it together. It is incredible. So well done. Scary, disturbing. The music and sounds are wicked, and the camera work is top-notch. The clothing and the cars from 1965 era were spot on. I'm so proud of you, Steve, and I hope everyone that loves horror will love it too. How about that? My good friend Marianca, thank you so much for the lovely thing. I think we did pretty good with the 1965 era stuff. Not perfect, not perfect, considering what we had against us and the budget we had. I do wish that some of the costume design we could have gotten a little bit more depth on. But everything you see does work for that time period. So that's one thing I will say, is it works for that time period. One of the vehicles, even though it's from that time period, it has had some upgrades, has had some upgrades on it. And I believe you can even see that in the trailer. If you're a car person, you're going to be like, so it's not perfect, guys. But we had problems in that department in the picture vehicles because some people ghosted us, and so we had to take it whatever we could get. It's just the way it was. Pupuda says, if you put your perspective of your film according to 1965, I don't see many flaws. Yeah, just looking organic and realistic, and the less gore approach actually works very, very well. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad you see it that way. I do wish I could have done a little bit better, but we did. Hey, doing period pieces are tough. You think capturing 1965? Anybody that thinks that capturing 1965 is easy, do I got some stuff to tell you? Doug New York, love what you're doing, and we'll always support our fellow horror creators. Thank you so much. Please check out Terrifier 2 in theaters October 6th. Can't wait to see Sawyer Massacre. Oh man, yeah, I'm excited for Terrifier 2. That should be good. I saw Terrifier 1, and that was a low budget film too, from what I've heard. I think it had a little bit more production budget behind it than our film, but not much. Like, I think I read online it was like $35,000 US, somewhere in there. Ours was just under 30. So, man, that's when I saw Terrifier, I was like, whoa, this is pretty damn good for $35,000. Definitely was. So there you go. More comments from wonderful people. Doomhead, he's Doomhead. Saw Sawyer Massacre. I gotta say, well done, Steve. I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm not gonna spoil it though, because I respect your film. If anybody read my comment, I would say it's worth the watch on October 21st, and it's a really amazing film. Thank you so much, Steve. I'm so grateful you did that for me. That was he wanted the clip of the hitchhiker, so just the first comment is really kind of, should have read that before I posted it. But yeah, so that's really awesome. Another great supporter. Yeah, he wanted me to post that clip of the Schizo and Drayton doing a little bit of interacting together, even though it's not much. But he wanted to see some of that, and I was happy to. Review 3. This is Jason Knight, who is, I'm not sure if Jason's still around, but if he's still in the chat or not. But he posted this, I think, on Facebook, and he says, I got to see Steve Merlo's The Sawyer Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film, a raw and gritty, tension-filled experience. This is how you make a prequel to a horror classic. It will leave you completely unsettled. Great job to Steve Merlo and his team for bringing back Leatherface. All I can say, man, is thanks. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it a lot. I mean, this and here's the final one from Robert Benser, another supporter of ours. All I can say is, wow. When the Sawyer Massacre premieres on YouTube, you have to watch it. This does not feel like a fan-name film. Amazing job. So, it's good we got some good early reactions. However, at the same time, even though I hope it doesn't feel like I'm bragging about all these people praising the film, this film is not going to be for everybody, though. This film is not, like I said, if you're expecting a gore-filled experience, this is not a gory film. And I think I never intended it to be gory. I think some of the stuff that we did that, was off-screen and stuff like that, I think it works pretty well. For the most part, it works pretty well. Is everything exactly how I saw it? No, I won't say that. But I think it works, and Just be ready for that if you're somebody expecting to see lots of blood. There's blood. I mean, there's lots of blood or lots of carnage, lots of chainsawed people in half and that kind of stuff. If you're wanting to see a lot of what's meant to be implied, you might be disappointed. You know, if you're in to see this movie for just blood and guts, you might be disappointed. This is a more of a character-focused movie, character-driven film than the majority of the horror films that get made. It really is. So I wanted it that way on purpose, you know. But I hope you guys can appreciate a character-focused story that drives into the plot very well. The plot is simple, though. The plot of the movie, and it should be simple, you know. Don't overcomplicate your plot. You can pretty much get the plot right from our trailer, you know. You get, that's pretty much what you see in our trailer plot-wise, but, you know, the characters and how things play out with how the characters actually play into the plot. That's important to me. It was important to me, but for those who just want to see lots of blood and guts, I get it. I don't expect everybody to love this movie. I don't expect it. But I am happy that the early reactions have been generally quite positive, I have to say. Because, you know, you release your art out to the world, and it's like, are they going to like it? You know, we had a premiere with over 100 people at it. Like, do these people like it? I don't know. I don't know. I think most of them did. I think most everybody did. I haven't heard a ton of negative feedback, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that's seen it already that's like, oh, that's the movie, huh? You know, I'm sure that there are, and there might not be wanting to tell me. I don't know. And if you're watching this, if you've seen the movie and you didn't really care much for it, hey, that's okay. That is okay. You're not going to bruise my ego. Anybody should know that you won't bruise my ego, because I know I made a film that's going to be a little bit divisive for some people, anyways. Because people have different tastes, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with it. So, anyways, I'll take some time. I've saved a bit of time for Q&A, and so you guys can feel free to ask me some questions about this or that. If you've seen the movie, you can be careful with your questions. Be careful with your questions, because we got to keep it non-spoilery. But, you know, you can imply a certain element of the film that, you know, maybe you have questions on and ask. But definitely saved some time for questions. So let's have it. We got Pupadas here from Newper Motion Vintage Films. The less gore approach actually works very, very well for your movie. And also the suspenseful chase sequence. Oh, boy. Not spoiling too much there, but it is, you know, it's not really spoiling it. But there's suspenseful. I think we did create some suspense. Not a ton, maybe, but I think we created a good amount of suspense. I don't think that Texas Chainsaw Massacre necessarily should have a ton of suspense, but it should have a little bit. It should have at least a little bit. I think there's a couple instances where we have some suspense, some good suspense. And what he's talking about, yeah, that's probably my favorite moment. You'll again, when you watch it, I know what he's talking about. You guys might not know what he's talking about. I'm not sure. But I think we do have some decent suspense in the film. Decent. More so than what you see in a lot of modern horror films. I don't find a lot of modern horror films to be too suspenseful. Hey, Angela Joseph is in the chat as well. Hey, Angela, it's been a while. Congrats on filming. Ooh, filming's long done now. It's congrats on releasing. In 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, we're dropping the film. And thank you for supporting us. So thank you for being part of our team as a publicity coordinator and all that stuff. Thank you for helping me make sure I went in demand when I was on my third campaign for this, and Angela actually helped us get to where we needed to be. So very thankful. Yes, sir. 3 weeks to release. Yes, I know. Can't believe it. I'm just very happy with a lot of the early reactions. We're taking questions now, though. Q&A I'm going to try to answer. If you haven't seen the movie, don't worry. You can still ask me about something. I can either answer it or I won't, if it's spoilery or not. But you can ask about anything. You can ask whether I've seen the Halloween Ends trailer. I've seen it, yeah. I was this close to doing a trailer reaction, but I just couldn't make it work. There's so much going on. Could not find time. Really wanted to, though. Would have been nice, but I saw it. It's a good trailer. I will say this. I'll say two things about it. It's a pretty good trailer. Although I almost wish they didn't release it. I almost wish that we've seen everything that we're going to see. Because I've seen enough already, I don't need to see any more, and didn't need to see it. Nona Chan has to go. It's all good. It's all good. What is the exact release date? It's Friday, October 21st is the exact release date, and we're excited about that. Very, very excited about that. We hope it takes the world by storm. We hope it does. I don't know if it will. Again, the demand for Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films is not quite as much as, Friday the 13th or Halloween fan films, but I hope it gets some views. I hope that's my biggest challenge over the next 3 weeks is to figure out how to get people to see it. Because I'm not the best on algorithms and all this stuff. That's not my thing. I'm not sure what it is that's going to make a fan film gain lots of popularity. But I know lots of other people that have done fan films. And it seems like if mine was a Jason fan film, 1 million views for sure. It's or 500,000 views or something like that. At least a huge amount, right? Whereas this, I don't know. I'll be happy if it gets 50,000 views, I guess you could say. But it'd be nice to get more. It's just, I feel like, we need more. I want all the fans to see it, So, anyways. Excuse me. As always, the show was too much, but Halloween Ends looks interesting. It does. I'm more intrigued. I think you could say I'm more intrigued with Halloween Ends than I am with the other ones that they did. I still went out and saw Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018, but this one's got me a little bit more intrigued. We'll say that. Excuse me. That red bloody chainsaw poster is definitely going to be a cult classic. Well, that's our buddy Joe. Joe Fangoria Faithful did it for us, man. He did a really cool poster. That's all I gotta say. Behind the Fiends, John says, I got you with tags and stuff for algorithm. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll get views. I'm sure it'll get a fair amount of views. Will it get to that, will it hit six figures even with views? Will it even hit 100,000 views? I'm not sure. I would like it to. Like I said, there's a couple other Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films that have pretty high amount of views, but not much. Excuse me. And this stupid cough. Angela Joseph, my buddy Jason Pitts, Voorhees Night of the Beast, has over 300,000 views in just a couple months. Yeah, I'm friends with Jason Pitts as well. I've had him on my show. He's a great guy. We worked with the same DP. We worked with the same director of photography. That for the Sawyer Massacre as he did with Voorhees Night of the Beast. He's worked with him a few times. Charlie Brady. Charlie Brady's an awesome guy. Happy 40th birthday to Charlie Brady, by the way. It was his birthday a couple days ago. Happy birthday, Charlie. Doug New York says, when does the Indiegogo run until... I personally want to take it down once the film releases, but I'm going to kind of look at the numbers and see how close we are to breaking even. Because I guess I can leave it up. I mean, I can't make profit off the film, but film, but I'd also like to back pay some people that didn't really get paid anything for all the hard work they did on set. I don't know. I mean, there's only so much I can do, obviously, but there's so many people that worked for nothing on our film, and I feel bad about that. You know, or next to nothing. Nothing or next to nothing. You know, getting free accommodations and the vehicles and stuff like that are cool. Although, but, you know, as far as accommodations, we mentioned Chris Alverson. She did more than that. She was out on set. She had a small role in the film, and she was also chopping down vines and trees and stuff before production started. You know, it's quite a. There's a lot that goes on and have all these people that basically did it for free. They did everything for free, and I don't know. It's I want to give something back to them. That's all. But you know, I'm kind of at this point where I'm close to breaking even, and I have to even find out how much my accountant's going to cost before all the taxes on this stuff. Spoke to one the other day, though. Thank God, he set me in the right direction with everything that I'm doing. You know, it's a lot of work, though, and and I know I can't break even. I don't want to break even, and it's never about profit for me on this film. But I also don't want to be way in the hole either, because I'm not a rich man. I'm not a rich man. So I'd like to be hundreds of dollars in the hole instead of thousands of dollars. But I think I'm close to that hundreds mark. I think. Anyways, that's me blabbering on a little bit about finances, but you know, whatever, you know. Angela Joseph. Also be sure to share to backers in updates. Yeah, I did one recently, actually, to all our campaigns. So yes, I try to do that as much as I can, but probably should do it a little bit more. But I gave one pretty recently on all the campaigns. Behind the Fiends, I utilized Google Ads for promotion, and my sub count went from 145 to over. Yeah, I know you did something. Yeah. So it's knowing how to do the Google. I've heard good and bad about Google Ads. So I think there's, you and I should talk, John, because I don't know. I don't want to just do it and not know what I'm doing, and all of a sudden, yeah, you know what I mean. Do a finishing. This is a finishing funds campaign. This is a finishing funds campaign. This was the finishing fund. We started this campaign after production ended. I shut down the old one and started this one. So this is our fourth campaign. It's in demand. It's in demand. So I mean, I can keep it up as a way to, yeah. You know what I mean. But yeah, this is a finishing funds campaign. There's no more campaigns for the Sawyer Massacre. This is it. This is it. We did all our promo as finishing funds for this campaign, but that's okay. See, I am late because I have been working on base again. Oh, don't worry about it. It's all good. That is definitely the last Indiegogo though for this film. And man, will I need it for my next film? Will I need Indiegogo for my next film? Geez, it'd be nice to not. It's it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Part of me hopes that I've made very good connections that I won't need it. But I know a lot of those good connections are gonna need ROI. So that means I got to make something that's going to be profitable. So that means my next film definitely not going to be a fan film. I'll tell you that much. Which I never planned on making another fan film anyways. I'll never say never. But I think I'm probably done making fan films. I don't know. We'll see. I was just really passionate about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was really the only reason why I did a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. I've always felt there was a story that I could tell, and there was a feel I could get, and I'm not sure if I really captured it. I captured a little bit of it for sure. Part of me thinks, man, if we had more money, Uh, but again, you never know. You could raise a ton of. I could have raised double, and I probably still wouldn't have captured it the way I see in my head, anyways. But no film is ever perfect, though. And I'm going to be my own worst critic. I guarantee that. Nobody's going to be harder on the Sawyer Massacre than I am. That's a guarantee. I mean, except for those people those trolls that basically just say, "Oh, your movie sucks," you know. Do you count those people though? But some people just probably won't like it. For whatever reason. It's not that they thought it was poorly made or something like that. The story wasn't for them or something like that. I totally get that. Anyways, any other questions before we call it a night? Get them out now, because I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to do another live. I'll probably, if I do another live, it'll probably be over Facebook, because I'm going to be doing, like I said, I'm going to do sort of a draw. Just a random draw. Nobody has to enter it. You've already entered it by contributing to our Indiegogo campaign. It's just whoever can make it to Texas for that perk. That's basically it. So, I mean, if I drew John's name from behind the Fiends out of the hat, he probably wouldn't be able to make it to Texas for that perk. I don't know. He probably wouldn't be. Me and Luke are working on a Ghostbusters-esque type of short film based around haunted box of comic books. Very cool. Nice to catch up. Thanks for the outstanding work, Steve. Thank you, Angela. Thank you for being part of it. What part of Texas is close to Houston? Because in the basement that we filmed in, we've always kind of promoted it as being similar to watching Jaws on the water. So it's in a little town called Wharton, Texas, which is about, I don't know, I think it's only about 20 minutes from Houston. I think it's pretty close. It was actually the furthest commute we had to do, but we had to do it because basements are sparse in Texas, guys. Basements are sparse, and this was a free basement, and they were Robert Gill, who owned the basement, knew a guy who can do construction, and they were doing it for free, other than paying for parts to make it look like a really decrepit basement. So, I mean, altogether, that basement cost me like not even $1,000, maybe $500 only, to get it looking that way, to get it where it needed to be. Like the staircase, we closed in the walls on the staircase to really give it that claustrophobic feel. Actually, even took in the staircase, I think, by half a foot or so, just to make it more narrow. Claustrophobic. I love that. That was sort of my biggest goal as far as inside the grandpa's house. The main location was to make it feel claustrophobic. I wanted you to feel like, get me the frick out of this house. I really wanted to capture that. So there you go. But yeah, it's about 20 minutes from Houston, I think. About there, anyways. Very close to Houston. We had to. How far from Plano? Oh, geez, I'll have to Google that. I'm trying to remember where Plano is. I don't think it's too far. I think that's actually pretty close. Oh, I can't. Yeah. Can I even Google it? Google Peter. Google Wharton, Texas. Wharton, Wharton, Texas. It might be pretty close to Plano. I'm like trying to remember where Plano is in my head. Trying to remember where that is. So I know I've seen it on the map and all that kind of stuff. Lar lives there. Lar Park Lincoln? Is that who? Is that who we're talking about? I don't know. I'm gonna stay with her. Make a feature length film on Unseen. Hey, I haven't announced that yet. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. It's so engaging and brilliant. Yeah, he's seen the short. I do have the short still on my channel for Unseen. That is my planned next film. I think it'll be my next film that I do. Unless the logistics end up being it's too expensive. And it is. I've kind of broken down a basic budget of that. It's not a thorough budget of it yet. I will be doing a thorough budget. It probably cost me $100,000 US to make it. Probably around there. Could I make it for less? Probably. I'm going off of, I don't know what kind of connections I'm going to have and where I'm going to shoot it. That kind of thing. So, I mean, realistically, what we made the Sawyer Massacre for should have been around 100K as well. It should have been. But we got deals on this, and deals that we got free accommodations. We got free picture vehicles. We got, we got all kinds of stuff. We got cheap food on set. We saved money. We got free people working for free. I don't want people working for free on the next film. I don't. I really don't. I feel bad that people work free on this, but, Indiegogo is not the most, you can raise a lot of money on Indiegogo. I could possibly raise that kind of money on Indiegogo, but I don't know. Possible. We'll see. Who's next? I hope everything's better, John. Excuse me. All the best, and I'm being touched. I don't want to bug you. Huh. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, that's right. Oh, sorry, I missed John's other chat. That's why I would have made the premiere if it were not for the kidney scare. Yeah, I know. That was a bummer, eh? When I get back home next week, I'm going to contribute. Oh, thank you so much, Doug. That means a lot. It means a lot. It's going to be up for at least for another 3 weeks. Part of me wants to take it down then, but I guess I don't have to. I don't have to take it down then. But it'd be nice to just get it done with, and then I can actually focus on, permanently focus on the numbers of the perks that I need to get produced, manufactured. I can't go ahead and put an order in for the Blu-rays and DVDs until I've got all the numbers. Because I don't want to be short. You don't want to be short anything if somebody's ordering it, and Blu-rays and stuff are. Or they're taking their. We're still creating the behind the scenes and stuff, all the extra features for the Blu-ray, mind you. So it is going to take a little bit still, but hopefully not too long. Anyways, excuse me. Any other questions that any of you guys actually have to me? There needs to be an Indiegogo style site for indie films that's just dedicated to indie films. That'd be cool, because Indiegogo is for anything that you're trying to raise money for, basically. And I'm sure they make a lot. I'm sure Indiegogo does better off of different things than indie films. I think so. Thanks for ignoring. I'm all good now, thankfully. Yeah, it's a while ago now. That was like almost 2 months ago, I think now, right? Almost 2 months ago. Month and a half-ish. All right, guys. Unless any of you guys have any more questions, I'm going to say see you later. But, and if you have questions that you just couldn't think of in time, feel free to send me a DM and I'll respond. But yeah, I hope that that's exciting for you guys. I hope you guys are getting a little bit excited for you guys. One final thing before I do go, though. Just want to let you guys know I'm looking at rebranding this channel. Meet Mungus Merlo has been a cool name for a little bit here now. I mean, it used to be just my name, Steve Merlo. And then I think I rebranded it New Year's Eve of 2020, going into 2021 to Meet Mungus Merlo. And, that's cool and all. But I want to take my my production company a little bit more into this realm. So I think I'm just going to name the YouTube channel after the production company of Sequanda Films. Yeah, because we've done some great... Joe here has done some awesome branding for us for Sequanda Films. And just want to really kind of promote that a little bit more, promote the production company, and take it to the next level now that we're making good films. We're making pretty good films, Sequanda Films. So, yeah, that's just a little... that'll happen pretty soon. Might happen even before we release the film. We'll see. See how much time I have in my head. I mean, it's not that hard to rebrand a YouTube channel, but want to make sure I have the time to do it, because I've been pretty busy lately, and still trying to get stuff organized. Still trying to get the t-shirts and hoodies shipped out. We spent a lot of time. My wife and I spent a lot of time going over the details for that today, but it's more complicated here than you would think. But we're getting close. Wanted to have them shipped out before October, but It'll happen next week, probably. Next week is the week we ship out those damn things. It is. Anyways, thank you guys all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you. Hopefully it won't take another month and a half for me to get back on here and do another live, but you never know. I'm sure it won't. If it's going to take that long, it's probably going to be after the film releases. And, then we'll talk more about the film. I will definitely talk to you about the things I really like about the film and the things I really hate about the film. Those of you guys that know me know that I don't pull punches. And you think I won't be my own worst critic. Oh, boy, you'll see. If you thought that I was hard on It's Me, Billy, wait for that. Wait for that chat. Wait for that chat. I'm going to go over every little thing. Because I'll be honest, there is things that bother me about the film, and I wish I could go back and do this. I wish I could back, but you can't. If I shot the whole movie here in Canada and I had everybody accessible to me, sure, reshoots aren't that hard. But going back to Texas is a lot. Everybody's in different places, I'm here in Canada. Our DP's in Arkansas. I got actors in Louisiana, and we got other actors in LA, and it's not possible. Not possible. But that's okay. I have to be okay with it. And the fact is, I'm picky because I know I had a certain vision that I wanted. And I more or less got a lot of that vision. I did more or less get a lot of that vision. But you get picky about certain little things. And it's nitpicky, I guess, but at the same time it's like, man, that really bothers me. Why didn't I get that right? Why didn't I get that right? We didn't get it right. That's just how it works. And I'm probably the only one that's going to notice. So anyways, guys, it's not Esquanda, it's Sequanda. You got the E and the S backwards. That's okay. The film's logo looks very cool. Thank you, man. All right, guys, that'll do it for me tonight. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful early fall. It's the beginning of fall now, and hope you guys have a wonderful October, Halloween season, all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you guys hopefully before the film releases, but you never know. Peter Anthony says, Roseblood, Jason versus Texas, the Sawyer Massacre Leatherface. Fans would love it. Hey, you can make that film. I'm not going to. I won't make that film. But I'm sure Scotty would love to do it, though. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably done with fan films. And I'll be honest, Peter. I've never been a big fan of those cross-universe type stuff. Never been a fan of those. I'm friends with CJ Vecchio on Facebook, and I know he's doing his Evil 3 movie. And maybe I'll like it. I don't know. But, man, I'm so not into shared universe stuff. I'm really not. It's I hate Alien versus Predator. I hate Freddy versus Jay. I just don't like those movies. I think they don't belong together. But that's a personal preference. I'm not trying to shit on those films, but I don't have the desire for that kind of thing. I never want to see Jason and Leatherface on screen at the same time. I never do. I know it's been done in some fan films already, but those are not my favorite fan films either. I let you down at the end of Roseblood then. No. Hey, it's just not my kind of thing. At the end of the day, it's just not my kind of thing. But, I don't, it's all good though. It's all good. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for me. So I hope you guys had a fun chat. And yes, I am a little rusty on this show. That's for sure. You should try to show the film to Joe Bob Briggs. I should. I've connected with him before through somewhere. I'm trying to remember where, but I've connected with him. I think we had a mutual friend on Instagram. But yeah, he's still tough to get a hold of though. But yeah, I will show it to him. I'll share him the film. Anyways, guys, you guys have a good night, and that's it. I'm so rusty at doing this show. Did I used to have a tagline at the end? Did I used to have a sign-off line? I don't think I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. Good night. That's all I'm going to say. You guys have a wonderful weekend.